Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is Nolan, or the Optimistic Gamer here, and welcome back to the Optimistic Survival Series. Today, we are going to start by mob-proofing our back patio. I stepped out onto my balcony up there and was greeted by a creeper that almost exploded. You will also notice that I am holding my trident, and it has taken a little bit of wear and tear. That is because between the last episode and this episode, we did have a thunderstorm roll in, and I have some clips of that I can play on screen, and I also have many different charged creeper holes, as you can see all across the valley. They definitely pack a punch when they blow up. But I was able to get 6 skeleton heads and 3 zombie heads. So we are starting today in the graveyard with those items, which are in this chest right here: 6 skeleton skulls and 3 zombie heads. Let's go swap these out for those wither skeleton heads. And the zombie heads, I wasn't actually intending on getting those. That was just a convenient byproduct of some zombies that were in the area during those charged creeper explosions. And I think we will leave the wither skeleton skull that is up there in the tree just because we don't need that one for the wither. We will only need 3 of those, which we are not doing today, but we will get around to that in a future episode. So now we can place these skulls all throughout the graveyard. We have 6 of them, so we can place a lot more all around. There we go, and then we have 3 zombie heads as well. I'm thinking one right here on top of that pumpkin at the entrance. We could maybe even do one over here on this wall, and how about one more here in the back corner, just kind of staring in towards the graveyard. So now that is actually 100% complete. There's not really anything else I'm going to add or change to this, so we can cross that off of the to-do list and move on from that project. And it has been a very busy time for me since the last episode. I finished our staircase all the way down to almost bedrock, but the bottom of the deep slate layers where our branch mine is. So we have gotten that taken care of with stone stairs going all the way down. I will have a path for a rail so we can get up and down that way, but for now those stairs are just fine. While I'm down here, let's grab the sugar cane. And the last thing that I worked on, first of all, these are all of the chests or shulker boxes from the archaeology dig, which we will talk about here in a moment. But the other thing I did a lot of off camera was some tree chopping. Got lots of dark oak here and lots of acacia wood here, but I also went to a nearby forest where I picked up a decent amount of oak wood, some birch logs, and the spruce I haven't done anything with, but the dark oak we have a large quantity of, cherry wood now as well, and of course the acacia wood as well. I've also been keeping up with our bamboo production, just trying to stockpile all of our wood for when we get to some much larger scale building projects. Do I have a chest for sugarcane? Not yet. We will go ahead and make that right here. But now we can go over all of our findings from that last episode. A lot of these shulker boxes are just filled with stone, cobblestone, dirt, granite, gravel, all of that stuff. But I would like to show you anyway so you can see the sheer quantity of those resources that we obtained. This one is just the random objects I either already had or picked up along the way. And then the ores, some of those stone variants right in there, more stone. And now we are getting into the treasures right here and right there. So I will grab these 2 shulker boxes and keep those noted. And then we have even more stone and more cobblestone. So lots of stone, lots of cobblestone, lots of building to be had with that. Let's take these shulker boxes back to our home, where we can light up our balcony right here, and we will step inside as it is nighttime. So in these shulker boxes, these are all of the artifacts that we found in the suspicious gravel. We found 8 armor trims, 5 host, 2 wayfinder, and 1 razor, but we did not find the 4th one, which I forget the name of it. It is escaping me right now, but we will have to find another trail ruin before we can get a hold of that. We found some pretty good treasure, emeralds, and the relic music disc. We also found a few pottery sherds as well, and then we found things like wooden hose and dead bushes, some seeds, but I think all around it was a very successful dig, and I am really excited about all of these treasures. I think what I'm going to do is actually leave many of these artifacts here in this shulker box, including the armor trims. I will duplicate one of each that we will stockpile over there, and that's what we will use moving forward. But I think because it's our first trail ruin, it would be fun to just keep track of all of these artifacts and not actually use them or get rid of them or anything like that. Once we do eventually rebuild that trail ruin somewhere here in the valley, we will build using these glass panes and the hanging signs. We will even set up a farm using the wooden hoe and the wheat seeds, and we can light some of these different candles and make some decorated pots using these sherds. But again, that will be a ways down the road. But these armor trims segue me into what I would like to accomplish. Okay, I thought that was an actual fire down there. I thought that tree was burning. It is just some skeletons under there. Today I would like to go out and see if we can find most of the remaining armor trims that we do not have. The reason I say most is we will not be obtaining I think it's 2 from an ancient city. I could be wrong on that. The 1 or 2 armor trims from the ancient city will not be obtained today. I don't think, well, even though we are kind of ready for it, we are not prepared, meaning having all of the wool and things like that. So I would like to find the rest of the armor trims that we are missing. It shouldn't be too difficult for us. We have all of the end armor trims and all of those different dimensions, so we will just be here in the overworld, but we're going to get all of those organized so we can figure out which ones we still need and which ones we already have. And we are actually going to grab some of the diamonds that we have and duplicate those armor trims that we found in the trail ruin last episode. And it looks like we may need mud for that. Possibly dirt, but that looks like mud. It's actually terracotta, so let's go see if we have some of that. We do. We have 5 of it, so that is perfect. Let's go ahead and duplicate all of these armor trims here. Excellent, and we will return 1 of each to the chest with all of our artifacts, and then we will add what's left to the chest with all of the armor trims over here. And I realized we are also missing the Woodland Mansion armor trim. I don't think we will get around to that one either. So the armor trims that we are missing are the 2 from the Ancient City. I did confirm that there are 2 from the Ancient City. We are missing the Tide armor trim, which we must kill an Elder Guardian to acquire that. We are also missing the Sentry armor trim, which we get from a Pillager outpost, and the Vex armor trim, which comes from a Woodland Mansion, and then of course the 4th armor trim from the trail ruins, which is the Shaper armor trim. That is the one that we are missing from that. So today I would for sure like to find the Tide, Shaper, and Sentry armor trim. If we have time, we will pay a visit to the Woodland Mansion. Of course, we will have to buy a map from the villagers, but that shouldn't be an issue for us. So let's start by flying out. Well, actually, let's start by grabbing a water-breathing potion, because we are going to fly to the triangulation of all of those ocean monuments out at sea. And we do not have any water-breathing potions, so it may actually be easier to get Respiration 3 on the helmet. But I think what I will try first is just attacking that Elder Guardian that sits at the top, near the top of the ocean monument, and we will see if we can get any of those guardians to drop the armor trim. So I know somewhere out here we do have the 3 ocean monuments. I think I might be traveling in the wrong direction, but we do have one right over here. Is this the one that we raided? It very well could be, and it actually looks like it is. I saw those blocks, but there was also another ocean monument where I somehow ended up at, and I had to, if I recall correctly, build my way out of the water. Of course, I could be completely wrong about that. And we actually have a geode under the water right there that I've just spotted. And here we go. Here's another ocean monument. So we will fly down here quickly with our pickaxe so that we can break through this. And yes, we have not killed this Elder Guardian yet, so we will do that real quick, hopefully without getting mining fatigue. And we are gonna have to return to the surface. We did just get mining fatigue. That's okay though. We can always travel back and drink some milk. But hopefully we will get this first try, and it doesn't look like we did. That's okay. I'm just going to drink a bucket of milk real quick, and then we will continue with that journey. I'm thinking I might actually take some doors with us, and we will kind of go through that whole ocean monument and try to kill the other 2 Elder Guardians before moving to that 3rd one. So let me make a bunch of doors real quick, and we will head back to that ocean monument and kill those other 2 Elder Guardians. We'll see if we can fly our way into the front of here and find that Elder Guardian. I still haven't gotten mining fatigue. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because that means we are not really anywhere close to those Elder Guardians. And there's the mining fatigue. Alright, so we will try over in this direction, and let's see what we have in here. If anything, it doesn't look like it. Okay, here we go. Here's that Elder Guardian. Let's see how our trident does. It's hard to tell how much damage that actually did. Of course, we should probably kill it with looting on our sword. And did we get the armor trim? We did not, unfortunately. So one more Guardian to go, and we'll see what we can come away with. And here we go with the 3rd and final Elder Guardian. Let's see if we can get that armor trim. And let's see, did we get it? We didn't, once again. Well, let's find our way out of here and move on to the next ocean monument. And I think it is this one that we have also not yet been to. So let's just quickly break that block right there and do that before we get mining fatigue on us. We'll just set up a door right here. And let's see if we got the armor trim. Once again, we did not. And here we go again with another Elder Guardian. They really pack a punch, even with our armor. I need to retreat. Uh-oh. Well, that was a very close call. But I think we are safe now. And we finished him off. Did we get it? Yes, we did. All right. So we have all the armor trims. Well, not all of them. I wish. The armor trim from the ocean monument is complete. Let's see if we can swim out of here before we drown. That was stressful. I didn't think I would get down to 1.5 hearts in there. I'm glad I escaped without a death, and I'm glad we got the Guardian on our very last attempt, or the armor trim on our very last Guardian attempt. So we will add the Tide armor trim to our collection, and the next two should be relatively simple compared to that. Of course, we will have to do some exploring for it because we need the Sentry armor trim and we need the Shaper armor trim, which requires a second Trail Ruin and a second Pillager outpost to the one that we discovered off in the distance in that direction. So for this next part, I just want to make sure I have the diamond shovel, which I do, my netherite shovel, which I do, and a brush. We may even want the backup as well, just in case we have to brush away a lot of blocks. Now, I'm not going to be doing a full-on camera thing if I find a trail ruin, or uncover it the way I did that first one. This one's just going to be kind of digging my way through, brushing all of the gravel as I come across it. But I think the best place to start for both a pillager outpost and a trail ruin is going to be in the desert / savanna over in this direction. I do also know that trail ruins can spawn in jungles. I think it's more specifically the sparse jungle, so not right over here. I could be wrong on that. I will have to double check, but I don't think we have any trail ruins right over here, so we will fly past it and I will meet you in the desert. Well, looking at the list of places that these ruins can spawn, it doesn't look like the desert is actually a wise decision for us because it is the jungle, the old growth forests, and the taigas. So we're not really in a great spot for that, but we may encounter a pillager outpost, which we also need to find. And it looks like we have a very large lush cave system under this desert. I'm just curious to fly in here and see what it looks like. And yes, that is very impressive looking. That is a really cool sight to see. I wonder if we have any axolotls down here. If we do, it may be worth finding some iron and making a bucket and taking some of them home with us. But I have not seen anything come up on the captions, nor have I spotted any axolotls while I've run through here, which is actually kind of surprising. I would have expected to find at least one or two in a lush cave of this size. But check this out for a second. We have an amethyst geode intersecting with that part of the lush cave, which leads to the normal cave, and then a very impressive looking lush cave region right in here. We'll take out this zombie real quick and see if there are any axolotls anywhere to be found in here. Unfortunately though, once again, it doesn't look like there are any around. Wait, yes, here we go. I just saw it on the caption that we do have an axolotl somewhere around here. Let's see if we can locate him. There he is, right over there, swimming happily. So let's find some iron, and I have a couple buckets that I can make, and we can go get those axolotls if I can remember how to get back to them. I did screenshot the coordinates just in case, but we should be able to find them. If not, we should be able to find some others elsewhere. Somewhere right around here. This is quite an adventure, and it's definitely veered off from the whole goal of getting all those armor trims that we were after. But an axolotl is just too good to pass up. There we go, the cutest predator. Let's see if we can find one more so that we can take them home and be able to breed them. Alright, I just saw another axolotl on the captions, and we have quite a few of them in here actually. I'm gonna see if I can get that pink one over here though, since we already have the white one. See, there we go. Alright, we have 2 axolotls with us, and I think we may actually just change the course of action for the rest of this video and go home and set up a nice little axolotl enclosure. I will meet you back in the valley. And I have returned home now, but I actually think that is where we are going to leave it for this episode of the Optimistic Survival series. We will pick back up in the next episode with an axolotl enclosure. I think that would be a great full-length episode rather than trying to rush it and condense it. But again, if you enjoyed today's video and you are looking forward to seeing more, definitely hit that thumbs up button and make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on daily content as soon as I publish it. Check the description for some more important information, links, how to contact me, all of that stuff. And with all of that being said, comment, like, subscribe, remember to stay optimistic, and I will see all of you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Bye.